Hi guys, I'm Turan.
And I'm John, and we are graduate assistants here in the exercise science department up in the physical activity and wellness lab. And today we're just going to give you a little video regarding the different types of Skinfold calipers and the proper technique to assess skinfolds and body composition.
Okay, so we're going to kind of start off with some of the differences, I guess, in instruments and kind of what separates them. So the one I have right here, I don't know if you can really see it. This is a Lang caliper. These are pretty expensive. These run about $400. The difference in some of these is definitely going to be price. This is about $400. This is a Lafayette one. These run about $200 to $300. They're pretty similar. And then we have our plastic one here. That runs about $20. So another major difference, if you can see, you might not be able to see, these grips on the Lang and the Lafayette, they're a little more precise when you're grabbing subcutaneous fat. They're kind of a no slip grip as opposed to our plastic piece we'll talk about a little bit later. But if we have some lotion on our skin here, which we're not supposed to have when we're body fat testing, but if we would, you're gonna notice it a lot more on a larger plastic surface area like this as opposed to some of our non-slip grips. Yeah. Anything, Joe?
Yeah, and so this is the Slim Glide Skinfold caliper. This is what Dr. Heelan's students in 467 fitness testing primarily use when they are practicing skin folds and body composition. Like Turan mentioned, this one is a lot cheaper compared to the Lafayette and the Lang. It's just more, these are just more practical and easy to use. We can buy 25 of these for a lot cheaper compared to a couple of those. And you know, the biggest thing with different types of calipers really isn't the caliper itself. I would say the biggest thing you need to take into account when doing these types of tests is technician skill and technician, familiarity. The really nice type of calipers are not going to just give you automatically valid and reliable results. You need to be comfortable and knowledgeable in administering the different types of tests. But these are just the three different types of calipers. Okay, so moving now into some the measuring techniques of skin folds. First and foremost, you need to make sure your subject has dry, lotion-free skin. As we mentioned earlier, some of these have nice rubber grips to really grip, but having lotion on the skin will not allow those calipers to properly grab that subcutaneous fat and hold it so you can get an accurate measurement. Next is you need to make sure you are measuring on the right side of the body. This is just for consistency and accuracy measures. And next, you just need to read the dial. Once you have that proper fold measurement, you need to make sure you are reading to the nearest millimeter on your caliper.
Okay, so just like John just said, nearest millimeter to the caliper. Now we need two measurements within 2 millimeters. So let's, for instance, say I'm on the tricep skin fold. I take my first one and it's 11, my second one's 13. Okay, that's within 2, so we're good there. If I go to my chest and it's 11 and it's 16, then I gotta get another measurement that either falls within 16 within 2 or 11 within 2. So hopefully that makes a little sense. And then when we're going through our skin folds, we wanna do a rotational format. We don't wanna, since we gotta take 2 measurements within 2, we don't want to take a tricep, let it sit for a little bit, and then take another tricep. We want that skin to kind of go back after we've kind of pulled it on a little bit. So we want to hit tricep, chest, go through our 7 sites, and then restart at number 1 again and go back through. And then again, we just don't want to measure after exercise, kind of that influx of water into the muscle tissue, kind of that hypertrophied state would give us a little bit of an error in true body fat percentage. So it's best to do before exercise if anybody suggests or asks for that. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to do a Jackson site skinfold test as well as the tricep and the thigh. I will go over all the male markings today. Most of them won't make a difference, male or female, but some of them will. So the first one we're going to do is the chest location. The anatomical positionings we need to know are the axilla or the armpit and the nipple. For males, it's halfway in between those 2 locations. For females, it's going to be 1/3 of the way between. So our first line that we're going to make, our nice long line, that's the direction of the fold we're going to take. The second line we're gonna make is gonna be shorter, and that's where we are going to actually take the Skinfold, the pinch just 1 centimeter above that with our pointer finger and our other finger here and our thumb. We're gonna take that, grasp it 1 centimeter above that second line we made, pull, and then that's where our calipers come into play. So you get that nice pinch there, and we release with our other hand here, so we're not pulling any other skin, and then we're taking our reading. We're gonna go over that a little more as we roll through these here. The next site we're gonna do is the subscap. So the importance on this one, it's gonna be an oblique fold, but we need to find this inferior border of his subscap right here. So as John did for me right there, you can kind of take that arm behind your back and it kind of protrudes that angle out right here. So we can kind of feel this right here, and we can feel exactly where that inferior border of his subscap is, and I'm just gonna mark it. So now he's gonna put his hand back down for us. Okay, so on this one, we're looking for the vertebral border, kind of like I talked about here, and then also the angle, the inferior angle of the scap, which we just found. So the fold is taken on a diagonal line, okay, kind of just like our chest one, 1 to 2 centimeters below that inferior line. So we're at that diagonal line, 1 to 2 centimeters below. Maybe kind of a decent reference is using 1 or 2 fingers there in between. And then again, we're looking for that fold right there. So again, we're above that line with our 2 fingers. We want to pull and take that away from the skin, and then we're going to take it right below that again. Okay, so next one we're going to move to is the mid-axillary. So the mid-axillary line, it's a vertical fold. So what you want to do is just have them raise their arm right up here. I mean, not too high. We want to go right about 90 maybe. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that vertical fold. So we're going to go right at the xiphoid process, which is right about here. In the xiphoid process of the sternum, that's where we're going to draw that line at. So we're going to go here. That's where the actual marking is going to take. You can just kind of do it with your eyes or trace that finger around here, just kind of like I did there. So we're going to do a vertical fold here. Nice big long line, because that's the direction of our fold. And then where we're taking the marking at that xiphoid process. Again, above it, pinching with those fingers, pulling it out, and we'll take it with our caliper, which we'll show you how to do all of that later. Okay, suprailiac. So we need to find the suprailiac crest right here, those hard bony protrusions on the sides of your hip. So it's a diagonal fold. We need to find the iliac crest, just like I talked about. That's kind of our anatomical positioning or landmarks we need to find. The fold is taken diagonally right above that. So here's the top of John's iliac crest here. So we're gonna do a diagonal fold here, nice big long line, and then along the anterior axillary line, so anterior, so we're up here. So I'm gonna draw that a little longer actually, and we're gonna go right about there. Okay, and then again, remember above it, pinching and pulling. Okay, tricep, we're gonna have you spin one more time for us, John. Okay, remember, always on the right side of our body. So the tricep is a vertical fold. This is kind of a longer one. So we need to find the acromial process of the scapula and the olecranon process of the ulna, okay? Those are our 2 anatomical positionings we need to find here. So in order to find this, once you have these 2 landmarks located, you can measure again, kind of like I told you earlier, with an actual tape measure to get a more distinct what is actual halfway between these 2 marks. But what we're gonna do here is measure the difference between the lateral projection of the acromial process and the inferior margin of the olecranon process, which is measured at the lateral aspect of the arm when the elbow is flexed at 90 degrees. So just have your partner flex their arm at 90 degrees there. Okay, so halfway between, a good rule of thumb is about there, okay? So I'm gonna draw that nice long line here, that vertical fold, and that's where we're taking our marking, okay? Then we're gonna pinch again, pull, calipers go right there. Okay, now on the thigh, we're gonna have a spin. So on this one, you need to find the inguinal crease and the patellar tendon or the patella. So what you're gonna have you do, you're gonna have your partner shift his weight to his left a little bit to take that weight off. Okay, so the inguinal crease is kind of where we see that fold take place, so it's right about there. And then we need to find the patella right here, and it's halfway between those 2 again. So we're looking at about that location right there. I know it's tough to see. Right about there. Again, it's a vertical fold. So once we've shifted them, we got that weight taken off, so they're not standing on it, so they're not activating any muscle tissue or anything, so the skin can be loose. Again, we're above that line, taking that here, calipers go there. Okay, and then the last marking I'm gonna show you here is our abdominal one. This is a vertical fold. We need to find the umbilicus or the belly button, and the fold is taken vertically 2 centimeters lateral to the umbilicus. So we're over here. Okay, 2 centimeters, kind of good rule of thumb, is 2 fingers. Drawing that nice long line because that's going to be our fold. We know that it's a vertical fold because our line's vertical, and then we want to take that pinch right there. So we're going here, pinching and pulling, calipers go there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is kind of show you how to do this. So if you're the administrator of actually taking this test here. So again, index finger, thumb, 1 centimeter above that second line that we drew. So first line, remember, is the actual diagonal, or how the fold is taken. So we take this here. So that creates that diagonal fold. Our calipers here, right hand. We're gonna take that, pinch, get that skin nice and tight, and we're letting go with this hand. And we're taking that reading. So we don't want to go directly back to this. We want to do that rotational format. So we're going to have a partner spin here. So the next one we're doing, finding that border, pinching right above that line, coming in here, getting that skin, taking our reading. That says 10 millimeters, okay? We'll be writing all of these down on your sheets of paper, whatever you're using. Like if you're in a gym setting, you're just using a piece of paper, but if you're using class, you'll actually have the location of sites and everything like that. So the next one, again, we're gonna do is a mid-accelerator. We're gonna have this lift his arm for us. Taking that vertical fold here. Calipers go right on that mark. We're 1 centimeter above with our fingers here, letting go. Taking that reading, that's a 6, okay. Remember, we always have to have 2 within 2. So next one I'm gonna do, super iliac. We're gonna go here, we're gonna right above that line about 1 centimeter again. Pinch, pull, taking that reading, we're at about 10 there. Okay, next marking we're gonna do the umbilicus or the abdominal region, okay? So we're here, pinch again, pull, right about 12. Okay, so the last one we're gonna do here is your thigh. I've already done those two. Okay, so we're having them shift to their left side of the body, just slightly toe on the ground, but no pressure on it, so we can get this reading here. Okay, again, 1 centimeter above, pinch, and we're at about 16. Okay, so I've taken all those, I've wrote them all down. Now when I go back through, my second time, these need to be within 2. If they're not, 2 millimeters of our first reading. If they're not, then we'll have to just do it again until we get 2 within 2. So again, I go up here, pinch, go through, let go. So that's about a 10. So we have, that was, our first one was 10, our second one's 10. So we're good on that one. One thing I'll kind of show you here, be nice to your partner when you're taking this and you go to pinch. When you let go to take your reading, don't just pull it off without pushing the caliper down. It's just gonna slip and pinch them. That's not what we're looking to do. So when we go to spin here and we're taking this one, we're gonna pinch and pull, take this. You can pinch again to release, just so we're not pinching John's skin. And I'll be honest, I think I forgot your tricep, didn't I? I didn't take that one. So I'm gonna have John spin. So when I take this tricep one here, again, it's a vertical fold. So we gotta go 1 centimeter above, pinch, take that, let go. Says it's about a 10. So that would be our first reading. So we have a 10.